See, some people burst, but I thrive under pressure. I hold them down from distance like I was playing catcher. I pray to God, life is crazy, you know he'll test you. For real. Yeah, you know he'll test you. I'm a living legend in the making, don't care what you think about it. The only time I step inside a bank is for deposit. Failure's always present, but for me it's not an option. Cause I gotta feed my family and I know the critics watch. They don't wanna see you win, so they gon' try to stop it. A humble guy until you cross that line, then I'm a pop. Choking out the competition on my Sergi Baca. Don't associate with lames and haters, they are all imposters. Alrighty guys, welcome to episode 3 of the Process Show, where you are with your host, DeAndre, Presley, and Mr. Kiani Stevens of Kiani Productions. Before each and every show, I like to start the shows off by just expressing my gratitude for everyone who chooses to click in, chooses to watch the show live, and for everyone who don't watch the show live, but you go back and you watch the show, and then you send the link to your mom and them, your brother and them, auntie and them to watch the show. I truly, truly appreciate you guys. And I also want to just a major shout out to Kiani for providing the platform and just believing in the vision. We sat down and had the conversation about the process and what we wanted and what I wanted the show to be about. So Kiani, thank you so much for providing this platform. I greatly appreciate you. So moving forward. So today, joining us on the show, we have a woman who, if you know her, she's hilarious. She is very, very passionate about the things she puts her energy into. And if you don't know her, she's somebody that you want to get to know. She is a personal trainer. She's a mom, wife. She is a business owner, and she is a huge, huge, huge advocate, or vegan advocate, Mrs. DeAndra Reasonover-Winjobi. So everyone, please welcome Miss DeAndra Reasonover to the show.
Now, DeAndra, if you don't know her, she's not a blank screen. For some reason, her video has just went out. And I don't know if her audio, are you still with us?
Oh, no, kicked her out.
Nope, she might have to reconnect. There's a little bad weather in her area, so we had a couple of glitches earlier, but it was running fine for about the first 15 minutes. So she'll come back to us. So we'll just keep going until she gets in here. Hey, Kiani Productions, when we have these little mischiefs, we just keep going. We're not Fox or NBC. We don't have billions of dollars, so we just roll with it, right?
Yeah.
And DeAndre wanted her on here because she's going to talk to us about the visions of a vegan. And I thought it was important to talk to her because, of course, I'm not a vegan. I was a personal trainer. I know all of what veganism is about, being a vegetarian, being a pescatarian, all of these different lifestyle choices. And I say lifestyle choices because I don't like the word dieting because it's a temporary fix. So I feel like when you make these kind of decisions, they're lifestyle choices. And sometimes the messenger can deter you, just like with anything, whether it's politics, religion, whatever. Sometimes the messenger can deter you from changing over into that particular lifestyle. And I know vegans get that a lot because sometimes the messengers aren't great.
You are right. I know some very, very passionate vegans who will tell you what you eat and everything you eat is wrong, and how if you stay on the track that you're on, you're gonna have all these health issues, and it's like religion, kind of scare you into the religion that you're choosing to follow. And then I know some vegans that are like really laid back, and they're like, hey man, you eat what you eat. I've chosen to go to be a vegan because of X, Y, and Z. And so you're right. It's the messenger that can, reel you in or push you further away. Me, I'm a meat eater, man. I love meat. I'm gonna always eat me a steak, a hamburger, put a little cheese on it. That's just me. That's how I do it. I've had some vegan cookies that were really, really good. That's probably about the only vegan thing that I've had. Nope. I had some vegan queso dip, which was all right.
I'll eat, because just like with anything, the vegan food has gotten better and better. Yeah, I mean, I'm older than you, but I can remember when I was a kid, eating healthy meant eating stuff that tastes like crap.
Yeah.
Okay, and now we've gotten to a point where we've learned how to flavor things appropriately that are healthier for us, so that it tastes good. And there's a lot of vegan food that I like. The only thing I haven't ventured to is, don't try to give me a vegan hamburger or a vegan steak. Look, if you don't want me to eat meat, don't make stuff look like meat, and don't try to make it. If you're gonna give me a vegan steak, I'm just gonna go have a steak.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Why am I playing around? But I know this place called Dames. They have this vegan waffle, and it's made out of like apple sauce, and it is amazing. So there are these things that can be amazing, and I think no matter what you're doing, whether you're going to be a vegetarian, if you're not a vegan, it's all about what's the healthiest and the cleanest that you can eat. You know, having a steak at Ruth Chris is not the same as having a hamburger from Wendy's. It's just not.
Yeah, the price says that. Yeah.
The price does say that as well.
The price says that.
But also, you have the cleaner eating. I remember I did this test because I was traveling 1 month a lot, and I said, okay, I know I have to eat out for an entire month almost, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to change where I eat. So I didn't eat a home cooked meal for an entire month, and I lost 6 pounds and 9% body fat. Now, how is that possible?
That's what are you eating?
I was still eating out. It's just, from being an athlete, the smallest change that you do makes an effect. So when I wanted a hamburger, instead of going to McDonald's, I went to a restaurant because it's a better grade of beef. Instead of getting a pizza from Pizza Hut or Domino's, I went to a pizza shop. Not saying they're all equal, but I'm just saying I wasn't eating great, but just the change of eating fast food and someone preparing a fresher dish. So imagine if I didn't eat out for a month.
Yeah.
If that big change was from me still eating out, imagine if I didn't eat out for a month.
Yeah. Yeah. That I've not done something like that. The funny thing is I feel like I've been the same weight since I left college, which is about 190. Like I've been around 190 since leaving college. Now, during college, I was told to eat everything in sight. Like I had to consume about 5,000 or 2,500 to 3,000 calories more than what I would consume on an average basis. And that was because it was really difficult for me to gain weight in college when I was playing football. And so one of the things that I did, I was just eat everything in sight. Which, of course, it was me. I didn't even know what a vegan was at that time. I mean, I knew of like vegetarians, and I was like, well, I'm definitely not doing that. But I've always eaten whatever it is that I want to eat. One thing I will say I've gotten better at doing is I listen to my body now. So like if my body's like, hey, hey, we need a big plate of food or we need seconds, I'll go get seconds. There have been times where, for example, last night I had Chipotle and it was one of those where you like Chipotle?
No. I go to Chipotle's healthier cousin called Cava.
Okay. Yeah,
I walk to Cava once a day, Monday through Saturday, to eat lunch.
Yeah. But I had Chipotle last night and it was kind of one of those where it was like, I'm hungry, but I'm not starving. So it was like I ate a small portion of the food and I was like, I'm good. My body was like, we're good. So
that's called eating till you're satisfied, not till you're full, that we were taught to do. You got to clean the plate because we didn't want to waste food, especially if you came from a background like I did, where you don't have a large amount of money. You're not going to waste that food, but you've learned you're satisfied, right?
Yeah.
My
that was my thing growing up with my family. It was like, I just remember as a kid, it was like you can't go outside and play until all your food is done. And I remember doing stuff like dividing my food into sections, thinking it'll help me eat faster. But yeah, now I eat what I want, but I just listen to my body. I feel like if we listen to our bodies a lot more, our
Mhm.
bodies will tell us what it is that we need
Oh yeah.
when we need it.
Little did they know making us clean our plate was going to turn us into people who eat way too much. Now you go to these restaurants and you know what? I used to be very scared to go to restaurants that were a little pricey, and now I've come to appreciate them because they give you the right amount of food. I've noticed the cheaper the restaurant, the more food you get, and when you said listen to your body, that's important because I told you I started going to Cava once a day to eat. So I've been eating a little healthier. And yesterday I decided to eat pizza. And by the third slice, my stomach was like, what are you doing to me? Your body adjusts so fast to accommodate what you're doing. And it was crazy. My body was like, what are you doing to me? What is this greasy stuff?
Dude, my body, I remember there was one time I was eating Chick-fil-A, and for whatever reason, it was like I always get the same thing. I get a number 5, which is a grilled chicken sandwich. I get a little pepper jack cheese on it. I might, depending on how I feel, I'll get a tomato put on it or not, but I get fries and I will get 5 honey mustards. Or not honey mustards, but Chick-fil-A sauce. Why do I get that many? I don't know, but that's just the lucky number. And it seemed like at this point, every time I ate one of those sandwiches, dude, my stomach was going in. Like it would hurt extremely bad. I would go to the bathroom. And so I feel what you're saying, where your stomach's like, dude, what the heck, bro? What are you doing, man? What are you doing?
You know what? That you listen, staying on the listening to your body, because I'm a lover of hamburgers, and what I've noticed is I really don't eat hamburgers that much anymore. And I think the biggest quantity of red meat I'll eat every now and then is a steak, but I've noticed I've drawn back my red meat. And what that is as you get older, because you're still a baby. I think I'm 10 years older than you or something. Wait, how old are you? How old are you, DeAndre?
I'm 32.
32. Oh my God, I'm ancient. I'm 44. So, what I was saying was, I'll see commercials of stuff I used to run out and devour, and I look at it now and I'm like, ugh. Like a commercial came on for like the Hardee's thick burger, and it had like this giant burger with slathered with stuff, and I'm looking at it. And before I used to run out and like, give me that, and now I'm like,
yeah.
Oh. My body just started rejecting it, and I haven't even touched it.
Yeah, your body's like, turn the channel, man. Turn the channel. We can't watch this. We can't. No, I feel you. I'm trying to think, is there a particular food like that for me? I don't think there is, man. I don't think there is a particular food that I'm just like, ugh. Yes, there is. As a matter of fact. All right. So when I was in college and I was my senior year, I was prepping for the All-Star game, and for the combine. I was told, all right, you need to weigh in at 190. You have to. And so at this point in time, I was like 180 pounds, man. Like 180 pounds. And I had this we had this All-Star game first. And so the guy was like, look, you need to weigh in around 190, like for scouts to like consider you for the league. So I was like, all right, cool.
That's called a static weight.
Static weight? Okay. Yeah. Didn't know that. But I
that was the code, DeAndre.
Oh. See, we talked about, man, I get so into it. But however, all week I left for the combine, not the combine, but the All-Star game on a Wednesday. I left on a Wednesday. The week prior, dude, I was eating. My diet consisted of I would get up in the morning. I would eat breakfast, which consisted of grits, eggs, and bacon, and a biscuit. And then I would have to eat, or not eat, I would make a protein shake. Well, in this protein shake, I've had bananas, blueberries, strawberries, peanut butter, like 2 or 3 scoops of whey protein, and some honey. And I had to drink that for like my snack. Then I would have lunch, another shake. And then at night, I would eat dinner. But before I went to bed, I would eat herring. Have you ever heard of herring?
I've heard of herring. I've never had it, but I've heard of it.
Oh my gosh. I would eat herring, but I would always get the mustard flavored herring. And I ate that stuff for several months. And now my body's like, dude, if you mention herring, I promise you it'll be the end of you. I cannot even look at herring now without my stomach turning.
I've heard of pickled herring. I think that's what I knew. I had a friend that used to eat pickled herring all the time.
I've never heard of pickled herring.
Yeah.
I've never heard of pickled herring.
There's so many things and so many food out there. I'm so interested. Hopefully, DeAndra keeps, and I keep almost calling her DeAndre, because I thought
it happens all the time.
And then you both have a capitalized A in your name.
Yeah.
I was, when you sent me her as a guest, I was like, wait, is this his sister?
I've told people that. I've come up with this elaborate story, man. I met her about a year ago. Mm-hmm. And when she came into the gym, and I'm like, hey, I'm Deandre. She was like, oh, that's weird. My name is Deandra. And I was like, get the freak out of here. Quit playing. And so she's like, no, serious. So like people would come up and be like, and I was like, all right, you got us. This is my sister. I did this 23andMe. I was kind of having some identity issues, wanted to know more about my dad's side of the family, was kind of having this inkling that I wasn't the only kid. And so I did a 23andMe, found out that Deandra is my sister who lives in Greenville. And I was like, what are the odds of this? So I brought her into the studio, and now Sissy gets to work with me and work out with me. And that became the story. And people actually believed it. So we'll see.
Hey,
that's what I tell people.
You know how it is. If you say something enough, it becomes fact in reality. So
yeah,
it's not too far fetched. You met her at your gym?
I met her at my gym. Yeah, she came in for a workout. And she's been there. She's been there since, man. She's been there since. But we're talking about visions of a vegan. And again, I don't know the first thing of what it's like to be a vegan. I've wanted to dabble in it, but I look at some of the food choices and I'm like, it just ain't no way.
Wait. You don't like the Tom Brady avocado ice cream? I just hear avocado and ice cream and I want to
that don't matter. It don't mix to me. Like that just don't go together. It don't go together.
That's the sad part about food and life, though. There'll be two things that don't sound like they go together. Like I like making salmon, and so I wanted to make a glaze to go on my salmon. So I wanted to make a brown, that brown like sugar glaze. And I didn't realize it's brown sugar, Dijon mustard, and soy sauce. I was like, what? That doesn't sound like it's supposed to go together. And when you mix that thing together, whew, it's so good. So it's weird, but I have it's different with condiments than with avocado ice cream. Why can't I just want ice cream? Regular, it's so good.
It's safe to. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna try it.
It's okay to try everything. It's okay to try something once. Like I said, I'm down for the vegan stuff. I just don't want plant-based bacon. Like if I'm gonna have bacon, I'm gonna have bacon.
I'm having bacon. Yeah, the swine is so divine, man. The swine is so divine. So you've mentioned that you were a personal trainer and you work with various people of backgrounds and fitness levels and diets. when you were working with some of the vegans, like, did they ever mention to you like what that process was like for them converting from I eat meat all the time to I'm now a vegan? Did they, say what that process was like?
Well, see, I was tone deaf with a lot of the people I had as vegans when I was personal training, because most of the people, like our guests that we're trying to get back on, aren't the vegans who came to me, And I'm not
Mhm.
trying to poke fun at anyone or I'm not perfect, but I'd always get the person who's extremely out of shape, not quite built right, can't lift a 5-pound weight, but yet they're lecturing me on what I'm eating. And I'm like, can you keep up first before you tell me about what I'm eating?
Yeah,
And that
yeah,
goes
yeah.
early about you, about the messenger. But the friends that I had that were in great shape that were vegans will explain it's just like, it's almost like anything else. It's just like, I'm not equating it to smoking, but when you stop doing something that you've done so heavily, there's always that period that you've got to get through, that rough period, right?
Hmm.
Like I told you, I used to love hamburgers. And it's almost the same thing. I don't really eat hamburgers anymore. And when you don't do it long enough, you get used to it. So if I stopped eating meat and went to being a strict vegan, I know I could do it. It's just getting past that point. If you love drinking Coca-Cola, you know what I'm coming from. You getting off that Coca-Cola is a struggle. And then when you're finally away from it, you're like, oh my God, I feel better. I know that if I was a vegan, I'd feel more healthier just for the simple fact that me going to Kava eating once a day and me not eating as bad as I used to 2 months ago, I already feel good. Like I just ate lunch. It may sound bad. I just ate lunch 2 hours ago and I'm hungry already. I'm starving. I just had a Kava bowl this big because if I would have went and got that double cheeseburger at Wendy's like I used to, I'd be full until like 7 o'clock,
Mm.
So I ate more because I've done a vegan diet, I've done a vegetarian diet. And the only reason why I did it when I was personal training was to see what it was like. But again, like I was saying, I don't like diets. I like lifestyle changes. I know if I'm going vegan, it's just going to incorporate it into what I'm already eating. I know I'm never going full vegan because I like a steak too much. I
Yeah.
love a
What were some of the, I don't even want to say effects. What were some of the things that you felt when you were doing vegan versus when you tried it? Let me say that versus when you were, eating the meat the way you used to.
That's a good question because it's different for every person. Just like people who go on a keto diet, some people get keto sickness really quick. Some people make it through, and it's just that's a. I don't recommend keto diets to anybody, but I felt, and everybody's different. So no one write in the chat or email me that I'm giving out bad information that you're going to feel weak if you become a vegan. I felt extremely weak, but that could also be due to how I did it. I quit a lot of things cold turkey. I wasn't eating chicken. I wasn't eating a lot of things that my body was used to producing the protein and energy for. I just went straight vegan. And so I was always hungry and I've always felt like I didn't have enough. And when I would go to the gym, I got tired quicker. Now, of course, I adjusted and I felt better as I was eating cleaner foods, you know. And so when I came off of that vegan trial or diet or whatever you want to call it, that's when I started cutting back and not eating the hamburgers, not eating the steaks all the time. The only meat that I've dialed back from that experience is the red meat.
Mm.
A steak to me is now my reward. Instead of I want steak 3-4 times a day, it's now my award. I may eat it, go to Roots Chris or somewhere really nice once a week or once every 2 weeks and have a nice marbleized ribeye, whatever. But chicken, I know this sounds so stereotypical. I ain't giving up chicken. Okay, I'm not giving up chicken. But yeah, I got through it. The first couple of weeks was hard, and it may have been more mental than it was physical.
I feel like a lot of stuff is a lot more mental than it is physical. Like I've often heard this, and I've experienced it at times that our bodies will adjust but it's our minds that we have to strengthen for something.
Mhm.
And so again, I don't know what it's like. I'm the only vegan thing I tried was some chocolate chip cookies, and I gotta say they were bomb. That's the only vegan thing that I really tried. DeAndra and I, and hope we can get the technical stuff worked out so that she can get on, because I know she's probably chomping at the bit right now
Yeah, I
to
saw her.
to
She just put in the chat, "OMG, I want to get in this convo."
yeah. I know she is. Um, but
If we
again,
don't get her
I've
on, everybody, we'll do a follow up. We'll do another episode,
yeah.
uh, maybe next week with her. So, because I know she has a lot to say, and again, like DeAndre said, she's the subject matter expert on this. I dabbled, and he's dabbled even less than me.
I mean, see, we've had conversations about this,
Mhm.
and to be honest with you, where she kind of lost me again, since I was, knee high to a grasshopper, my grandmother made every morning grits, eggs, and
Oh,
bacon. Like that was our meal every single morning. And so I, you know, all I know is that. So when she was telling me about you can't eat eggs, I was like, well, good God, what more do you want from me?
I can't have my breakfast without eggs. I see her. Oh, I got her video. Let me see if I go ahead. Keep talking. I see her in the back lot, so I'm gonna try to get her on here with us.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, like, I have only had, um, you know, I've always had grits, eggs, and bacon, and I've not really had anything other than that. So when she said, like, you can't eat eggs and all the other stuff, I was just, and I hate oatmeal, absolutely hate it. So at that point, I was just like, yeah, I don't think this is an adventure I want to take on.
Hmm. Wow. You know what? It took me a long time to have a couple things for breakfast. Having breakfast without a meat was very weird to me and hard for me to do.
Hmm.
And having breakfast with, I feel like if there's no eggs, it's not breakfast.
It's not. It's not. It's not. It is not at all. I mean, have you ever just had grits and bacon?
Um, yes, I have. And I found a way to get an egg in there. Everybody, I'm gonna put it back on a 1 minute countdown because our guest is back here and I'm gonna try to get her in the back room and I don't want to keep losing focus and it sounds like we don't know what we're talking about. So give us back. We'll be back in 1 minute. All right, now we got her in. She is with us. That I know you were chomping at the bit listening to me and listening to these two knuckleheads talk about vegan stuff. Right?
All
Can
right.
you guys hear
Okay,
me?
this is.
Can you hear me, DeAndre?
I can.
No, we can hear you. Go. Where'd she go? Oh, we call this technical difficulties.
It's the beauty of showbiz. You just gotta ride the waves, man. You gotta ride the waves.
Gotta ride the waves.
You
Now
just gotta ride the waves.
I got all my secrets out because on the live it's just showing a giant green screen instead of her. So
that's not good.
that's hilarious. Well, I mean, look, we take it in stride. I feel like if there's no technical difficulties, I'm doing everything right.
Yeah. Hopefully we can get on. And again, if we keep having trouble, we'll just get her on here next week because I know this is something that she is very, very passionate about. So
Stacy Hernandez says on Facebook, "Wait, no bacon?" Yeah,
you
Stacey,
feel me?
Yeah, we're right here with you, Stacy. With the no bacon. I had a friend who's vegetarian, and when I got my dual-sided air fryer, whenever he was coming by, I would purposely make maple applewood bacon. And so you know that smell of bacon, right?
Yes, good God.
But now you know when it's like a maple or an applewood type bacon, like the aroma. And he would walk in the door. I'd leave the door unlocked because he knocked. I said, "Oh, it's unlocked." And he'd walk in and he just immediately found and go, "I hate you."
Man, yeah, that maple that'll stain the whole house for several hours.
Yes, because his mouth.
Hours.
I said, "I see your mouth watering. You want this bacon?" He's like, "I so do want this bacon." And then next thing you know, they'll come over there. He like, "Don't tell nobody."
Man,
I can't say his name till this day because the vegetarian community that he's in will have a fit. But yeah,
the crazy thing is, I wonder how many vegetarians out there sneak and eat a piece of meat without nobody knowing.
Well, you got the part-time people, and you also have those people. You know how I said I use steak as like my reward?
Yeah.
Some of them I knew I can't remember his name. I used to work out with him when I lived in Missouri in the gym, and he's what you call a weekday vegetarian. Monday through Friday, he ate no meat, and he was not a vegetarian on weekends.
Yeah. At that point, to me, it's like, are you? But that's what I'm saying. Like at that point, it's like, are you really a vegetarian at that point? You know, if you're gonna do it,
He calls himself a weekday vegetarian. But that guilty pleasure, that walking in there and having that bacon or that piece of, like, there are things that I have cut out. Being my age, being susceptible to things like I don't, of course, eat fried chicken as much as I used to, but once
I don't either.
a week, I get me some. Like every now and then, I go. Like there's a couple soul food restaurants that I like, and I'll go to them every once in a while. And when I go, I got to get the fried chicken because it's like I still love it. I just know I can't eat it like that, like I used to eat it.
Yeah, I don't really eat fried chicken the way I used to anymore. I don't.
You're more of a baked chicken guy?
More grilled. I mean, I love baked chicken. I love baked chicken. Every now and then, I'm gonna just say it. It is what it is. It's my life, and I'm happy with it. I will go to KFC.
Oh, that's the fried chicken you think?
It's finger licking good, man.
Yeah, well, some of them they're not all equal. You know what? I like baked chicken, but it's got to be cooked by certain people because some people dry the hell out of the chicken, especially the white meat. But that air fryer, listen, the air fryer is the greatest invention ever.
I will agree with that. I'll agree with that.
Yes.
I will agree with that.
I have taken a steak, seasoned, frozen. So what I used to do was when I get the meat from the grocery store, I know people are like, wait, this was a vegan show and y'all keep talking about meat. But I'm sorry that the vegan person is having technical.
I'm sorry. I know we don't know nothing about it. So at this point, we're just keeping the show rolling. And honestly, it's comedy. It's a freaking comedy show at this point, man.
So don't come in my comments with all that static, okay? Because what I do is I get the meat from the grocery store, put it in a Ziploc bag, season it, and then put it in the freezer. Whether it was with the marinade or just seasoning or whatever. And I would take a steak out of the freezer and put it in the air fryer. And that thing in 12 minutes, a lot of times, would be medium, just like I like it, and taste really good. And I would just go to town. Just go to town.
Yeah, that sounds beautiful to me.
It is. It's a beautiful thing.
Oh man.
What do you think? What do you think about parents? Because I always find it's fun, but look, it's your child. You do what you do. I always find it funny when I meet a parent and their child is vegan at 4 years old.
honestly,
again,
it's your house. It's your house. You do what you want.
I'll be mad when I grow. Be mad when I grow. Like, wait a minute. Now, I'm like, can I just know what everything tastes like and then make a decision on my own?
I feel like that's what it should be. But again, every household is different. I mean, I know in my house, my kids' diet consists of junk food. You know, that shit, it is what it is, man. So I can't say, that's wrong, or I can't even say that's right. I guess it's just what you want for your children.
I don't want to say it's wrong either. I just find it funny. Like I don't even know what a hamburger tastes like yet.
You know what I'm saying? Like, again, I just don't think I would. And my kids wouldn't do it.
Danny says nothing like a steak fresh off the grill, though.
It ain't nothing like it. Nothing like it ain't. First of all, it ain't nothing like watching a steak cook on a grill. That ain't nothing like watching a steak. And then you get it and you throw your little A1 sauce on there. To all you vegans out there, I just want to say I'm sorry.
Wait. You left me at the A1 sauce because I have a rule about
condiments. You don't eat A1? You don't eat A1?
No, I do. But here's the thing, and just hear me out. To me, these sauces are made when you don't know how to season your steak. When I go to a Premier Steakhouse on South Beach or anywhere else, and you get that steak, when you taste that steak, oh my God. If I'm and people notice about me, if I'm calling for A1 sauce, your steak is bad. Because all I'm tasting is A1 sauce. I'm not tasting a steak. I'm just tasting it's like when you put ranch on something, it now tastes like ranch.
Wow.
I mean, it does. It tastes like.
To be quite honest with you, for me, honestly, I don't care if Jesus himself was standing over the grill, flipping and making a steak, and he was like, DeAndre, here you go, but I promise you, listen, you ain't gonna need no steak sauce on this bad boy. I'm like, Jesus, I hear you, but I'm gonna need you to pass me that A1 sauce. There are certain.
Thank you, Danny. Thank you.
Man, hey. Again, y'all do what y'all choose. Y'all do what y'all feel is. Y'all do what y'all feel.
No. What we're not gonna do, DeAndre, is when I get a victory, we're not gonna do the y'all do as y'all choose. I'm gonna get my victory. Okay, let me take my victory lap. No, but I have a question. Do you at least? Here's the thing: put A1 sauce on it. I don't mind that. I mean, that you eat it how you love it, especially if you pay for it. But do you at least taste it without the A1 sauce?
Yeah, absolutely. I do. I would at least taste it. And I will say I've tasted some steaks where I'm like, dang, oh man, this is I probably could eat it without steak sauce.
Yeah,
but
especially if that steak has been like, if I ask for medium and you give me medium well and well done, I've got to use A1 because the flavor's gone. At well done, the flavor's gone at that point. Growing up where I grew up, we thought medium was disgusting and it's bloody and blah 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 blah. So I didn't know any better. So I grew up eating well done steaks. When I first had my first medium steak, I was like, oh, this is what this is supposed to taste like.
Yeah. My mom used to order steaks for me, man. And it was always
Black.
well done. Oh, burnt. Give it to him burnt. Yeah.
Pick it up and eat it.
It becomes a dog's chew toy when I'm eating it. That's what it tastes like. But it's like, but then same thing. When I had my first medium steak, it was just like, never again will I go back to a steak that is well done. Never again.
Oh,
but I don't know. Never again. Never again. Never again.
I had to learn to get it medium, for instance, just in case I didn't eat it all. When I reheat it, it's still like a medium well. If you get the steak well done or medium well, where are you going from there? You got to eat the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because you go put that. Wait, hold on. I gotta take one more victory lap. Take my victory lap again. Thank you, Danny.
Well, she just sent the same comment again?
No, I just put it back up again.
Oh. I'm about to say, wait a minute now.
Put it back up again. I love the agreed was in all caps.
I often wonder, like, does chefs at restaurants be offended if somebody puts steak sauce on their steak? Do you think they get offended?
It depends on the restaurant. Like I said, some of these 5+ star premier restaurants where these chefs put their heart and soul in the meal, they at least want you to taste it first, at the least, taste it and then ask for the sauce. Because again, like I said, and me and Danny are saying, if I personally ask for A1 sauce, your steak ain't good.
Yeah.
Hey, DeAndra, are you with us now?
Oh yeah.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah. All right.
Wow.
So DeAndra, we got.
I've been listening.
I know you. I know you are like guns up, ready to like pow 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 and just go to town. So again, first of all, before we jump into this, just tell everybody who you are. Who is DeAndra Reasonover-Winjobi, other than my sister? Please tell everybody who you are.
Okay, well, I've been vegan for about 5 years now. My background is in health promotion, education, and behavior. I love public health and wellness, and it's just a passion of mine to always help others.
Right.
And I became a personal trainer last year and have been heavily involved in all of that now. So.
Now that's awesome. And you and I have had conversations about this. And as I've stated before, my life's work now is to get you to have a piece of chicken or steak with me. That is my life's work now. I'm committed to that.
I don't blame you.
Oh, that's my goal. That's my goal. That's my goal. But I know before we jump into the vegan, a lot of people don't know this, or some people may not know that you actually played tennis when you were in college. And here on the show, we like to talk a little bit about just the process of, success or startup to success and everything in between. What was that process like playing tennis? Did you grow up with a love for tennis? Was it kind of something that you just fell into? How did tennis come about?
Oh, I started playing tennis when I was 2, so I didn't have a choice. My dad put the racket in my hand, and I just had to start playing. It was a whole family thing, really.
Oh,
and so I've been playing in tournaments since I was 6. And yeah, like I got injured when I was in middle school, and then I switched over to volleyball for a little bit, and then I went back to tennis once I fully recovered.
I didn't know. Wait.
So I've always been active. I have a delay. I'm sorry.
What? Oh no, you're good. You're good.
There's a lag.
All right. So my background is football, as you know. I played a little bit of baseball, and the process of football is way different than tennis. Even the way we approach the game is different. What is the process training wise when when it comes to tennis? Like, how long do y'all practice? What are certain drills y'all do? Like, what is that process like?
Oh my goodness. So it varies. Okay. So first of all, I'm from
Yeah, she's in a bad area. They're having terrible weather, so her
It's the
audio
heat, man. It's the
a little
heat.
bit. It's so hot for audio to work.
Ohio.
Oh, wow.
We have indoor tennis. So that just kind of blows my mind. But
Technical difficulty.
we play tennis year round. And like I remember, I lived at park. I was there at least 4 hours
Yeah.
a day.
Static.
We stopped to go eat
And we can't tell her that we can't hear her because it's on a delay.
and then get back.
Oh no, you're going in and out. So we're laughing because today has just been not a train wreck. It's just the technical difficulties of today. And so we heard about every fourth word you said. You know.
The delay. I couldn't hear.
This is awesome.
Well, look, I'm laughing.
Okay, then I'll just keep talking about how I grew up in tennis. So yeah, for drills, like when I would have my coach.
All right, Deandra, we'll try to get back to you. We don't want to keep putting you through the stress of trying to connect and having the audio. I know you were doing. I know you're doing your absolute best.
Oh, I heard you say.
I know it's just the technical difficulties. So what we'll do is we want to make sure we do a recap with you because we don't want to short you. We've got 12 minutes left in the show. We've done.
And now I can't.
You said what? We'll text you. We'll get you back on another show because we don't want to just squeeze you in for the last 12 minutes and kind of rob everybody of what we wanted to talk about today.
I guess.
You can text her what I said. I will just keep rambling while you text her what I was just saying. But Deandre, I was laughing because when you said this is
and then just on different shows and volley.
Just let it go. This is comedy gold. I love it. I people would be so frustrated right now if they were doing this, but I love it because it's just
you can't. I feel like you can't be frustrated, man. You just gotta let it. You just gotta ride it, man. Like you just gotta ride it. It's like I remember, and I know you've done this. I know you've done this before. I remember when I was in high school, I took an improv class when I wanted to get into acting, and I wanted one of the things that they said to me when we were in improv classes, don't say no. If I threw something at you, just go with it. You don't get frustrated. You just kind of go with it. And so this is one of those things that I just look at it like you just go with it. You just ride it. This is all we talk about the process, man. This is all part of the process, man. This is all part of the process.
It is. You gonna get.
We'll look back in there. We'll look back several.
I'm always gonna laugh. She's on a different show than we're on right now.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's the funnest part. She's on a different show than we are right now. You know, it was funny what I was talking about when you said football is different than tennis, I started laughing because I was like, yeah, you have help. I was gonna play into that and be like, DeAndra knows she played tennis. I wrestled in high school. Hey, look, it's all on us. I ain't got 10 people to pick up my slack. I am by myself, alone.
Well, there are some moments in football where it's yes, it's 11 other people on the field. I played defensive back, man.
I know sometimes
And
I'm left on an island.
you out there on the island, or even
Wait. But see, that's your coordinator's fault. That's not your fault. No. See, look, if you playing defensive back and Randy Moss is lined up for you, first of all, you shouldn't be there by yourself in the first place. So
hey, man. Sometimes it's one of those things where there's a great defensive play that was called, and there are one-on-one opportunities, and we call those, we call them 50-50 balls, like jump balls, but it boils down to a who wants it more.
Wait, we can hear her still?
Wait,
how is she haunting us?
This is awesome, man.
I didn't know the broadcast. She's haunting us. I love it. She's gonna get this vegan word in one way or another.
I was just about to say this is probably what it's like for people who are like, I don't want to be a vegan anymore, and they have vegan friends.
They're gonna watch this show and say, "This is proof. This is what happens when you're a vegan. Your audio right." Is something we're supposed to be doing. Did you text her, by the way? Did you get your text?
Yeah, I did text her. She said, okay. Honestly, I think it's just the delay and what was going on. But I definitely want to get her back on here, because I know, one, she's really, really smart. She has a lot of knowledge, and she loves doing research. Me, I don't research nothing. I don't research a dang on thing. I'm one of those, you can tell me that this is great for me and it's going to do X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, man, that sounds great. Does it taste good? It's where I am.
I'm proud of us for filibustering for 52 minutes.
I'm saying, me too, man.
You're out here by yourself with the guest. That would have been.
I guess I would have just had to, I had to work up. I've been working on some comedy stuff, man. So I'd have had to pull out a little routine and go from there. So, no, it has been great, man.
Today?
Say that again.
The best thing that happened today?
Please talk. Let's talk about it. Let's get into the segment of.
This is my weekly win right here.
This is the weekly win.
That is my weekly win right there. Danny gave me my weekly win. Good steak doesn't need sauce.
I'm glad that's your weekly win, man. That is awesome.
Your weekly win is static.
Yeah. Jeez, man. Today has been a day, hasn't it? Today has been a day, and you just got to sit back and enjoy it. Oh man, weekly win. You know what? My weekly win is this. It's nothing major. It's not even that something major happened. Yesterday, I was able to just totally mentally disconnect from everything, and just sit back. I started binge watching season 4 of the Stranger Things. I don't know if you've watched that. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it is an incredible show.
Have I heard of Stranger Things that was filming a lot in Charlotte, North Carolina, that I had a lot of my talent go to? Yes, I've heard of it.
Man, I freaking love that show. By the way, I would love to be able to get on something like that, man. So whoever that knows somebody that can get your boy on there, I'm trying to tell you, man, I am a great asset. But I was watching that show yesterday, and it was just really good to just not do anything. Just sit down, relax, turn my mind off, and just watch something mindless, if you will. Now, once I started watching it, I had a lot of questions and a lot of theories that we will definitely have to talk about on this show at some point. But that's my weekly win, man. Is being able to sit back and binge watch Stranger Things. Yeah.
Okay. Well, hey, look, a weekly win doesn't always have to be, you started a business, or it doesn't have to always be something major. It can be some of the smallest things are things that we need to do.
Absolutely.
Like I just realized my weekly win, the week prior should have been that I started to walk to eat lunch every day, and I didn't use the excuse because this is what used to happen. You know how we do. Oh man, it's hot. I ain't walking today.
No, that's a real thing, brother. They ain't no excuse.
No, but I'm just saying. It's like I already knew it was hot, but now I'm going to use that as my newsflash. It's hot in the summer in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Right? So I knew it was going to be hot. You know what? I took my rusty butt down there today and yesterday and the day before because
That's good, man.
We will get Deandra. See,
it happens.
Your name.
It happens, man.
Back on here again, so we can get a full episode for her.
Yeah.
We've got a couple of the next 3 weeks. We will have guests. We have a very close friend of DeAndre's. We're going to talk to him about the process of owning your own business. And if you want to Google Jerry Robinson from the Oakland Raiders, and he hates when I say the Philadelphia Eagles, but from the Oakland Raiders, he'll be with us in a couple weeks. And we're going to talk to him about a lot of things. He is a character. That's going to be a fun episode. And we've had a couple of glitches, but hey, that's what you get on Keone Productions, not Warner Brothers. So you get what you get, but we have fun. We still want to bring you fruitful things. If we offended any vegans out there, it was on purpose. No, I'm just kidding. We didn't offend anybody, but we'll get her back on here to talk some great things about her vision, why she chose to be a vegan. DeAndre started really well. He wanted to get her backstory on, she got into sport. She played tennis. She ate. I almost said a normal person. That's insulting. She ate just like me and him. And then we wanted to get into what came up to give her the life choice of being a vegan. So we're going to dive into all of that.
Yeah. But we want to say we appreciate everyone who has tuned in today. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for sticking with us. I know we talk about the process, but the funny thing is we were in a process on the show. And so thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for comments. Thank you for your questions. Danny, you made Keane's day. So thank you for chiming in with the steak sauce comment. Go y'all, I guess. But we appreciate everybody. But we appreciate you guys for tuning in. And man, everyone have a great, a blessed rest of the week. We will see y'all here next week. Same time, same channel. Have a great week.
I don't even put comments up during the outro, but I'm going to put it up.